Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Steel Division guide. We're going to be going over 12th SS. So let's go over it. This is my team version. I have a couple of versions of it, but we'll look at this one first. Let's go through the deck overall as well at the same time. Recon tab is actually pretty amazing. You get your BMW recon with this mortars. Get your off-clear here, but it can come in different variety of vehicles. You can bring this one that fires an APCR round, 80 penetration, and not really good, but you can do it if you really feel like it. But you can get this thing, which is amazing. Armor personnel carrier with an autocannon, 180 rounds per AP and HE. Really good. Look at this guy. He's also fused within the vehicle, just in case you were, wanting some human bionics. What is this? This is so lazy. You're not supposed to look in that, zoom in that much. Alright, let's look at this normal infantry squad. Nothing to say here. You can bring with this, half track if you feel like it. Get your Panzer 4 recon. Get your Firefly. And this can be really useful in 1v1. You only get one though, so be wary of that. It's a little more expensive than your standard Firefly as well. But 170 penetration. Pay 30 points more though. You can get more penetration and more armor. But I don't know. It's up to you. Also get a Panther if you want. And then the more interesting things, the armor cards. Get these beautiful SPW 231s. We can get them in A, B, and C. They have to be one vet. Get your beautiful SPW 233s, the assault guns. These are a must takes. These two, which is must takes. You can sort this one out with the other one. The SDK, whatever. I'm not gonna even say it. The SDK FC, really good. It runs out of ammo really fast, but better availability. So you don't have to vet any of them. But these things are just awesome. I like the other version better. Just my opinion though. This thing's faster on the road, and which I like a lot better, but not that by much. And the infantry tab, it's just what can you expect? Panzer guns and pioneers. You can get their fanaticals, so they will not surrender to enemy troops, but they can still surrender enemy troops. So that's pretty good. They can't get surrendered. Your pioneers are also fanaticals, which is super nice. You get 2 cards of pioneers. You can bring them A, B, and C. There's plenty of half tracks here for days. Almost all my infantry do. You also get the other transport if you want. The difference between these two transports is one is faster. So take the bullets in A phase, take these in B phase, and that's for 1v1s and team games. You get this awesome for the leader card. You have a variety of half tracks you can bring, special ones. Get the normal one if you want. You get the armor personnel carrier with, that's not an armor personnel carrier. Oh, it is. With a little cannon with a little bit of penetration, but not much. You also get the one with the APCR. Not very good. This one's worth it because of HE. But I recommend the magnificent SDKFZ with the assault gun. It has a HE round that just freaking mows people down. It's also crewed by invisible people, so if you lose it, it doesn't matter to you. But it's really good. You should bring this. It's a for sure take. Leaders wise, get some variety, but not much. You can get smoke or pioneers with a satchel. You also get a Panzer. So a little bit of variety, but not too much. Infantry wise, you get choices of MG42s or MG42s of Panzer. And you guys also get some Stern Pioneers if you feel like it. You get 2 cards of those. So, moving on. No Ersatz, so must know. That's kind of sad. This deck has an amazing tank tab. Amazing. But you gotta like Panthers if you're playing with this. So first of all, you get the beautiful Panzer 4s. You get sorry, how am I doing this? You get 5 cards of Panzer 4s, plus get another card of this other Panzer 4. It's a little bit cheaper, 5 points cheaper. Has no side armor, it's the difference. I think that's the difference, right? What's side armor? Yeah, no, it's the same. Actually, it's the turret rotation. I think that's what it is. These things have a slower turret rotation. So note that. Get Tiger tanks. Get 2 cards of Panthers. Oh, sorry. You get a Panther leader and you get a Tiger leader. You get the Panther 4 leader. You get 2 cards of Tiger tanks if you're feeling lucky. I recommend Tigers over Panthers in general. They're 5 points cheaper and they have better side armor. And they have the same armor. Look at the Panther T, for example. Panther T's fast, but side armor is pretty brutal. The Tiger has a less penetration. But what are you really using to penetrate that? In team games, though, it's different. You may want to bring Panthers. Panthers, though, you gotta guard the sides, guys. Just die. You get only Panther Ds in this deck, except you do get also Panther Gs. Difference is a little more frontal armor for the Panther G, and also has an APCR round for the Panther G, which is freaking awesome. 250 penetration, 1750. This is going to be the vehicle that can penetrate IS-2s reliably. At 750, 1750 to like 1500, they can start penetrating. Which, I mean, that's the max range they can fire with it anyway. So, really good tank tab. I really recommend you gotta recommend you bring these in late phase because you get super good availability. So, I really do recommend you bring these things in the later time period. Support tab wise, you get your standard IG guns, you get your flame. Useless. These things are useless. Never bring these. I also get these military police, which are also useless. Though you can bring them in the special half tracks, which, you know, maybe you want to bring them for that. You get plenty of MG42s. You get 3 cards of them. You get your grill. It's a 150 millimeter assault gun. You have 3 types of commanders. Get your little whatever you want to. What is this? I don't even know what it is. Also, if you zoom in, there's no crew, which is lovely. But yeah, you also get the command Panzer 4 and a command Panther, and plenty of supply trucks and flamethrowers. So pretty standard stuff. AT wise, you get pretty bad availability, but you get Panzer Shreks if you really want to. Pack 40s, 3 cards if you really want to waste all your activation points, and a card of Yak Panzers if you really feel like it. I don't know why you need them. You have plenty of other stuff. Anti-air is pretty strong. Get your flak 20s. You can also bring them in the half tracks, so bring them in A. They're phase locked to A, so you have to bring them in anyway, but you can bring them with the half tracks, which is another flak gun on top of them. You also get your normal flak 37s, 288s, and you can bring them whenever you feel like it, all of them. You get mobile wagons, if you really want mobile wagons, and the little special unit you really want, the Wobble really good, and also crewed by invisible people, so if it dies, it doesn't matter to you, it's just a piece of equipment. And then, this is where the artillery tab is really fun. So, get these beautiful Warfare Mins. These things destroy tanks. They're designed to kill tanks. If they fire at anything, they kill it. 2 of them. So, what you want to do with these things is have 1 fire in front of an IS-2 and 1 fire back of the IS-2. So that no matter what they do, the IS-2 moving, it's going to die. These things are awesome. I recommend bringing them no matter what. They're really cost efficient. They take up ammo like nobody's business, so be careful with that. And they take a long time to reload, but they're worth it. Get 2 cards of mortars. You can bring different type of mortars depending on what you want. Get 3 cards of 150s. You can also bring them with ammo if you want. You get 100 mils as well. And you get 2 cards of Hummels. These are the best SP artillery in the game, hands down in my opinion. These things annihilate. They're 150 mils. You need like a direct hit by something huge to get the kill on them. Get your 105s. You want them. 81 millimeters. Radio mortars. Sorry, radio leaders, artillery leaders, and then not leaders. They're not even leaders. Radio men, and then also you get artillery leaders. Air tab. Pretty good. It's actually got really good fighters. You have 2 versions of the Focke-Wulf here. If you really like, you need an extra 2 20mm cannons, which you do, pay an extra 5 points, and your thing will be even better. It's also faster too, so you're paying for a little more speed. I think it's a really good. The resilience is better as well. So bring the Focke-Wulf A8s. They are just straight up better. And not only that, you get better availability. So, maybe I'm missing something here, but like, I feel like this is so much better. The agility, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just better. So you can bring this one if you want, but it's worse. Bring these. I really recommend them bring them in A if you're going to bring them. You also get plenty of Focke-Wulf bombers. You have good variety. You have a 500 kilogram bomb. You have 250 kilogram bombs, which is 3 of them in one. What else you get? You also get the rocket planes for the Focke-Wulf if you really want to. And then you can get some JUs. These things are kind of useless though, light bombers. And you also get a recon plane if you're feeling a little, you know, want to spot some stuff. Let's look at the 1v1 version, and we'll talk a little bit more about what I use it for. And it's a really, these decks are like, it's a strong deck. Like, these decks are really good. I really enjoy this division. It has things I'm missing that I kind of want. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of Panthers, but they're fun to use, and you can really mess people up in the open. Okay, so before I talk about the 1v1 version, I want to make it very clear that you should not use this division in towns whatsoever. This division does not have good infantry compared to other town decks or team games. So in team games, a lot of times you'll have a lane that you're kind of dedicated to. And there are just decks that are better designed and will trade more effectively in the towns and in close quarters. This deck is really good in the open, I think, and medium range. Medium range and open is where this deck is made for it. I'm not saying it can't go in the town. I'm never saying that, but it's just not ideal, and that's what you're trying to, like, you know, you're trying to min-max everything. That's what your goal is, because you want to win. Anyway, I just take the 1v1 version, and this is mine. I bring my recon vehicles. I think it's a must-take, both of these. These 233s are just godly, man. They annihilate enemy armor cars because they have a heat round and an AP round. These are awesome. Have to take them. You may see this big number, 53 tanks. You're like, my god, Nate, this is a lot of tanks for 1v1. This is deceiving, though. I have these one-car C-phase tanks, these things. You just get such good availability. I do this for if it's Maverick versus Maverick and the game is going on and on and on and on. This is going to determine whether you win or not. I bring plenty of double-vetted MG42s. Just see them all, guys. Just look at them all. You're going to mess people up with this. Maybe even get rid of this and buy something else. I bring one card of pack 40s because I think pack 40s are always really cost efficient. Infantry-wise, I don't vet anything because, God, you don't really have that much. I bring leaders, though, because I do believe in leaders. And I use them mainly for the AA sometimes, but I do believe them. I also bring leader cards of tanks so I can get double vetted on my Panzer 4s and other tanks as well, which I always think is important. Otherwise, I bring Warframe mins, I bring 100 mils, I bring mortars, I bring some good fighters. These fighters are really good. You can really dominate the sky with these A6s, and plus all the bombers are just as good. They still have 20mm cannons. And I bring these two bombers. I bring them both in B phase. I just think that 500 kilogram bomb always gets the kill. And it feels like it reloads, has a really good reload rate. In fact, I'd really like to see a spreadsheet someday of a reload rate of all the aircraft. That'd be really nice. Actually, I should try to find that. The Warframe Min. Can't go wrong with this. Look at that guy. He's not even holding it. He's so dazed. He's also fused again into the vehicle. God. I mean, when you go through inspection, guys, at work like this, I don't know how this slips. I mean, maybe they don't care about like this detail, but like, why even let people zoom in this much? I mean, like, keep it like you can only do this, like rotate the side so I don't have to zoom in at this and see all the messed up things. Yeah, so don't bring in the heavy artillery in 1v1. That'd be bad. It's always never cost efficient. But yeah, these Panzer 4s are gonna be your bread and butter, and armor cars and Panzer 4s gonna be your, and MG42s. These three things will be the keys to your victory here. These things are awesome, and you can keep some infantry leaders just running up with them and just mow people down. Panzer 4s really good against, I believe, like T-34-85 decks. I think this is a great counter to a T-34-85 deck, like second Tankovi. So that's what I use it ideally against. You do not want to go against a... You can compete with Shermans. Shermans are a little more expensive, some of them. But you gotta be careful, because like you can start trading really negatively. And you gotta be careful. That's what I have to say about that. Yeah, so IS-2/T-3045s is gonna be really good. Be careful. Other than that, be careful of Fireflies too. If you are holding more Panthers in your build, well, some people do, you're just gonna get annihilated and trade really negatively. Because you trade 1-to-1, you're still losing that engagement by a lot of points. They're like 95 for a Firefly. So anyway, this is mine. Take a look at it if you want. If you want to copy it, copy it. But anyway, guys, leave a like, leave a comment, and I'll see you guys around.